welcome back to my channel. My name is Tina, and today I'm doing a review of the Tarte Remix palette. I started it and my camera shut off a minute and 43 seconds in. So I'm gonna go back and we're gonna redo that part of it. So this is the Tarte Remix palette. It gives me totally late 80s, 90s vibes. The packaging on this is gorgeous. It's kind of heavy and it feels really good in the hand. I don't know how to explain it. Like sturdy heavy. My makeup is not gonna break because it's in here heavy. The front artwork on this, straight late 80s, early 90s vibes right here. Like seriously, if you were alive in that time, this packaging is gonna call to you. Even shifts, like the stickers that we had back then did, where you can see it like when you move it, it feels like those stickers, which we all had and loved. It is a gorgeous palette. You open it up and inside, it at first glance, when you see the pictures online and then you see this, you're like, what the heck, what happened to all the color? I think it's because they put that splatter pattern across it, because without that, this is a very bright palette, especially for Tarte. It's gorgeous. I kind of wish they had just went with all gold there and then did the names in black. This is their Tarteist formula, which in my opinion is one of their best formulas. Man, look at my eye. Yeah, that is not from this. This is not what caused my eye to just go BAM! Bad. It was an eyeliner. It did not work out. Let's watch the top row and I'll talk about them as I go. First is Spin. It's a very nice copper color. I have it here on my lid. Absolutely gorgeous. Then I have Inspiration. That's what I put on my inner corner today. Beautiful, and it feels so great going on. Then Art Deco, which is a just adorable, beautiful baby blue. These are one of those colors you don't see very often, and I don't know if people wear them that much because literally 1980s right there. Then there's Artist, which is a deep blue, a very beautiful blue, also very 80s. It's a beautiful shade. I just kind of wish it wasn't a shimmer. The last one is Color Explosion, and it is this gorgeous green. Next row, we have Wall Art, which is the shade I use for my crease and outer corner. I also use this under my eye, and it is a beautiful shade. It goes on darker, like my outer right here is that color. It looks a lot darker than I anticipated it looking. Next we have Flow, another gorgeous inner color shade that doesn't show up on my arm worth a damn. Next is DIY. I used this the other day. It is a gorgeous, like khaki kind of greenish color. Very pretty. Then we have Ink, which is a straight up black. Like you can build that sucker up to midnight black. Then we have Beat Drop, and it's a shimmery like black color, I think, or dark gray. I don't like that shade. I think it's messy. I think the fallout's gonna be terrible. I don't think the glitter's gonna stay in it. Next is Mixed Media, and this shade is what I use as my base shade. It's gorgeous. If you're looking for a dupe for this, Creme Brulee from Wet n Wild has it, which I use all the time. It's like one of my favorite base shades. Then we have Splatter, which is another like silvery kind of with a slight mossy green hint to it. Beautiful. Next is Outside the Lines, which is a very shimmery gold. It goes on stunningly, except for I never use that shade, so that sucks. Next is Mic Drop, and this shade I used on my lid also today. It is so beautiful. It's in here on my lid and to the top of my lid and stuff. It is just a gorgeous, gorgeous shade. Then I have Graffiti. It is a reddish orange shade. This is the first one in the last row, and it is a shade that I seem to buy all the time now. It's in several palettes that I own, and I used it on my crease, which I've never done before. I was kind of freaking out when I did it. I watched Lisa Eldridge talk about it. She said you can do it, and I pulled up my big girl panties and did it, and I gotta say, it doesn't look bad. Once I get my eyes settled down over here and I can put on eyeliner and mascara, I think it's gonna look really pretty. Alright, so next is Moonlit. Also, so beautiful, such a great shimmer, very nice inner corner color. Then there's Mishap, I think is a shimmer. Now, the one thing I don't like about this palette is it has so few mattes in it. The Purple Mishap is very pretty, very nice. Oh wait. So when I switched over arms, I missed a shade. So I didn't do graphic. I used this shade the other day, and It's nice. I wish it was purpler. And when you get those three together, I mean, it just seems messy to me. I didn't like that. That was one of the things about this palette. I was just once I got swatching them, I was like, why did they do that? Because that shade isn't great. And then there's Sway, which is so pretty, so beautiful. I'm going to be using this in my eye in a second. So I'm putting that like right here on my inner corner. And then the last one is the only duochrome in here. It's called Create. And it is that silver to pink color. When I swatch it, it goes on kind of a warm tone. When I put it on my lid, it looks more gray and like it is in the pan. I'm not sure why that is, but it is a gorgeous shade. It looked super pretty. The only problem is duochromes, when you have your eyes and they get wrinkly for whatever reason, doesn't really matter how old you are. It's just that when you do get older, sometimes those wrinkles don't go away. But I avoid duochromes right in the middle of my lid. I use them other places. Yeah, I was kind of shocked at first because I hadn't realized it was a duochrome till I put it on. These shadows are very pretty. There's quite a lot of color in here. I mean, more colorful and different colors than you usually see from Tarte. I like this palette. There are some things I don't like about it. I don't like the fact that you only really have 3 matte shades in this whole thing. Now, I did find that using this shimmer here, Graffiti, on my crease, and I think you could do that with Artist and Mishap both and not have a problem, is that they, when you blend them out and you have them there, look less like shimmers than you would think. I was shocked by how different they looked once I got it there. I don't think it looks as bad as I thought it was going to, and it doesn't seem to highlight anything. Like, I don't feel that it's highlighting my hooded eye area worse than it normally is. Like, it is what it is. So yeah, I was kind of surprised by that. I think this palette's really pretty. I love the packaging and I love the whole color story, like thought behind this. It's very the era that I was a kid in. I wish that the part of me filming, putting on my eye look hadn't like all went to shit. I was putting on an eyeliner and it didn't work out from my project pan, and I was down to the last little tiny bit of it. So instead of using my Beauty for Real one, I had been using my Elizabeth Arden one. But because I'm going to be filming my project pan video today, and I dug it out, I was like, I'm gonna use it, you know, and use it up a little bit more because it's almost gone. And that was a mistake because now my eye looks like it's going to die. Like, I'm gonna finish doing the shadows so you can see where it was going, because it started out looking pretty good, I think. So I'm gonna take Sway, which is right here. It's that pink shimmery shade, and I'm just gonna put it towards the inner corner. God, that shade is gorgeous. So to get where I am, I used mixed media for my base shade. I used wall art for my outer corner and crease first to sort of define it. Then I used Graffiti, which is the shocking choice for me. That's what's up here and coming down. This shade is, I'm shocked at how sort of matte it looks once I put it on up there. And then I used Spin, and I just used it for over here on this outer edge sort of area. It's a very pretty color. I used it with a glitter glue. It really pops all on its own, but that just does it some more. And then I used Spin for across my lid. So I'm gonna pat out some of them damn wrinkles I got going on now. Usually my eye doesn't go red unless I do something to it. So it's not very often that I didn't do anything, I just put it on, that it does that, because that looks crazy. And just so you know, I will never use that eyeliner again. It's going in the garbage. I don't know if it has bacteria on it because I've used it for a long time. Like I said, it was my project pan this year, so I've had it for a year. Or what happened there, but anything that makes your eyes do this, if like it does it and it's just the product, stop using it. Your eyesight is worth more than looking great. To make this look allergy proof as I can, I'm gonna take some more glitter glue and I'm just gonna put it on my inner corner, and I'm putting down a pretty thick layer and really getting into the inner corner And the great thing about glitter glue is it's super forgiving. I'm going back to Sway and on my brush and I'm patting that back on there. This will hopefully help it survive through the watery eye fiasco I have going on. Then I'm going to take Inspiration, which is this very light color here. I'm just using that on the very inner corner. And I find if I just take those shades, put it on the brush, and shut my eye, and then lay it right over the top and bottom, when I open my eye, it's exactly in that spot that I want it. Great. Now my, whatever this thing is starting to swell up. So I'm taking some Match Up, and I'm just putting that under my eye. And of course, that purple highlights the red that's coming out of my eye. I don't know why I didn't think of that before I did that. It's me, go Tina. Yes, let's highlight that gorgeous allergy eye, right? Yes. I'm gonna take my Smashbox Vlada eyeliner. This is black with little rose gold flecks in it. I think it'll look pretty with that copper that I have in here. Okay, I'm just putting a little row of it on. I'm not going to use false lashes because again, with this going on, that's just asking for trouble. So the first thing I'm going to use is Lifted. This is a sport mascara. Stuff is really good. And now I'm going to use my favorite mascara, which is the Tarte Lash Paint. So I had dug out a different blush, but I don't see it. I'm going to use my Pretty Vulgar. This is in Make Them Blush, and it is a gorgeous shade. I keep it right here where I'm doing my makeup all the time. It is such a beautiful shade. It goes with pretty much everything, and it's nice and pigmented, and I don't know, I just love this one. Now I'm going to use my Ico mascara. If you watch my video about this stuff, you could go through a tsunami or something, and it would not move. The bigger problem I have with it is getting it off. Once it's on there, it's on there. I have this sitting here, my Hank and Henry lipstick. This is one of my go-to lipsticks that I also keep sitting here. Like, they look good with almost anything. Final thoughts. I like this palette a lot. I love the packaging. I think it's gorgeous. I love the shades in here. I do wish there were more matte. This reminds me slightly of the Too Faced Now and Then palette. Maybe that's why they have the remix thing on here and it looks the way it does, is they were going back in time sort of or something. Maybe that was the thought, because that's what it looks like to me. That doesn't mean that's what they were doing, but that's what it looks like to me. Here's my thought. If I compared this to the Too Faced Now and Then set, I would go with the Too Faced Now and Then set. If you were like gonna pick between the two, they have very similar mattes in here. There's 3 mattes and they're all just base shades and crease shades with, and then the very dark matte black for doing a smoky eye. Granted, their black is better than the Too Faced black. The Too Faced Chocolate Gold also has very similar base shades with a whole lot of shimmers. I don't know that anybody needs 3 or 4 palettes, and now I have all of them. Yay me. Woohoo! Go Tina. I just think that if you're going to want to go with a glitter palette, which this, now that I'm looking at it and have used it a couple times and I'm thinking, I kind of consider this a glitter or shimmer palette. Tarte isn't real great at glitter that I've noticed. Am I wrong? I don't know. You tell me. When I got thinking about it as I've been sitting here doing my look, I like this palette, but I also feel it's sort of an imitation of, inspired by, which I'm fine with inspired bys. The shades in here just aren't up to par. I'm going to do a review of those 3 together at some point in the future. This is a much more compact version though. That Too Faced palette is freaking huge, but it is on sale for 26 bucks. So if you want it, go get it because it's an awesome deal. And it has every damn glitter you could want for like forever. There's like a couple of shades you just don't like. And for this one, my one I really don't like is called Beat Drop. That shade just annoys me. So that's my thoughts on this palette. I like this palette, and if you like Tarte, if you don't own those other 2 palettes and are looking for shimmers, this is a great find. I love the packaging. Like, I cannot get over the packaging. I love this. Definitely geared towards my age range. And they perform very well. They're very smooth. They're very easy to work with, mostly. So yeah, I mean, it's a nice palette. I'll talk to you guys later. Please let me know in the comments what you think. Beware of makeup that you haven't used in a while. Alright, talk to you guys later. Bye!